Welcome to Oxfam's Future of Food Forum. This promises to be a really interesting event. It's an interactive forum and the idea of it is to facilitate discussion. We have Andrew Hewett from Oxfam, Rebecca Lindberg from Second Bite, Peter Boyer, who's a climate change expert, Matt Evans, celebrity chef, and Professor David Adams, Tasmanian Social Inclusion Commissioner. All of our speakers have been challenged to identify the key issues in their specific area of expertise.
Local food issues and the strength of us as consumers.
And until rich countries like Australia substantially increase our foreign aid to developing countries, those people will go hungry.
But I think what we've got to try to come to grips with, and I think the GROW campaign is very much talking about, is that we have a continuing humanitarian emergency.
It's a pleasure to be here to tell you a little bit more about Second Bite and food waste and food insecurity in Australia currently. I'd like to congratulate Oxfam on the leadership they have shown on this issue, and it's really a pleasure to be kicking off this discussion about how we might work together in a local, national and international context to ensure that we have a sustainable and resilient food system, and that we also make sure that every single individual around the world has access to good quality fresh food.
And I think once you've grown something like that, nurtured it, and seen how it tastes, and once you cut your own herbs, whether it's parsley or thyme or sage, and seen how it tastes, you'll experience something that a shop can never provide.
How long can you go without a square meal, or how long can you manage without any food at all? Opening in the Chigwell Community Garden, when I was walking out with the then Premier David Bartlett, David said how good it was that this was happening, and I said, look around, David, at where we are. So Chigwell Community Garden, lovely little garden, but where is it? It's in a gully, it's on the fringes of Chigwell in a dead-end street. Why is it there? And the answer is in part because our land use planning frameworks don't privilege and don't have enough focus on the importance of public open spaces, which now and in the future could be used for things like community gardens.
But we also find that when women have an increase in income, increase in resources, that goes much more likely to their families and the communities than if men have an increase in income and an increase in resources.
We live in cocoons. We're a very metropolitan country. We're not closely in touch with as the land as we need to be.
If donations to political parties for elections were to be restricted so that multinational food corporations and mining companies didn't have so much power over governments, do you think that would free the governments to focus more on what is needed for the people rather than what's demanded by those that donate?
Yes. I find one of the more depressing things about Australian politics at the moment is how it becomes a battle between different advertising campaigns.
And if the third thing is, please take these conversations on. Go elsewhere, talk about it, tell people about the Oxfam Grow campaign. Thank you. Please stay and have a cup of tea and coffee.